Okay.
You'll have an opening statement, and then we'll open it up for questions.
All right. Thoughts on the game? Whew. Not a lot of good thoughts. I thought that we were pretty competitive the first 20 minutes. I didn't think we played great, but I thought we played good enough to be kind of in the game and where we needed to be. I was happy with our effort. I thought defensively we flew around pretty good. Had a few too many turnovers, and obviously just gave them way too much in transition. And they're an elite transition offensive team. I told our guys I thought if we could just make them play in the half court, that we would have a chance to be right where we needed to be, and I still believe that. I mean, they scored 35 points tonight out of 86. They scored 35 in transition, so that's what, 35? That's 60. Man, I'm bad at math. 35, 51. So, I mean, we were right there where we needed to be and what we wanted to give them in the half court. It's just offensively we were inept, and not up here to make a lot of excuses, but we just, we have not had, we've had 8 people to practice, so we were suited up 2 managers, and we just have not had a chance. I've not had my starting 5 together, and we just haven't had a chance to practice together, and we're long ways away offensively.
Okay, questions?
Jason, were you expecting them to be that aggressive defensively, 13 steals, and a lot of those leading to those transition opportunities you were talking about?
I know Coach does a great job. He's a tremendous coach, so when you're a good coach, you obviously can coach defense. But it was just really hard to tell because, Kentucky State, no disrespect. I watched that game in Georgetown. neither one of those guys, no disrespect, but they just, they didn't play overly hard defensively in those games. And I thought the games in Canada was very hard to tell, defensively. I just didn't see the intensity. And I thought tonight they really got after it and they guarded, which I would assume that they would. But again, and this is not anything against Kentucky. we just lost by 40. But I really think that our turnovers were more of us and just trying to get comfortable with who's going to be. I can't sit here and even tell you right now who our point guard is going to be. So I think those guys right now are just kind of trying to figure it out. Posey's a really good player, but, he's having to play way too many minutes right now. And, he got tired. A lot of those turnovers are fatigue turnovers. So, and again, I'm not taking anything away from Kentucky's defense. I thought they were more of us than anything else.
Coach, Kentucky played 3 exhibition games over the summer. Would you have liked to have had the same opportunity? And how much better do you feel your club would be at this point had they had that opportunity?
Sir, when I took the job at the end of March, we had 0 players on our team, and I signed 13 guys in about 2 months. And so when we got to summer, we had 5 guys in practice all summer long. Then we got to the fall, we probably worked out with about 6 guys. We had a couple of guys that were overseas that didn't get here. And again, I'm not making excuses, but we've played 2 scrimmages and that's all we've done. We've hardly even scrimmaged in practice because we have so much to teach and so much to learn. So we're way behind. We're way behind. And I guess in long-winded, would I have liked to have played this summer? I would have liked to have practiced this summer.
Coach, this entire Rupp Arena experience, the tradition of the program, as a coach, do you share any of that with your players before they come in here?
Yeah, I think guys are with social media and TV. Everybody knows what this place is all about. The only thing I shared with them is in 2010, when I was a young assistant coach at Sam Houston State, we came in here and we've got 2 records in this gym. We had a guy named Corey Allman that night make 11 threes, which is a Rupp Arena record. And then our team that night made 18 threes. So we got 2 records that were in here. So that's what I shared with them. And we led a lot of that game that night down to the wire. And they had 5 lottery picks on that team. So I think it's just what you make of it. it's an unbelievable opportunity. I appreciate Coach Cal, setting this up and us getting this game. And, in the end, when it's all said and done, we're going to look back, and this game's it's going to help us. It'll help us a lot. When you play great teams, and it shows you what you need to get better at. And, that's how you have to take it. But I think overall, it's just always a neat opportunity, but it's just another game. We got 31 of them left.
Coach, you have 5 or 6 guys kind of with the same scoring totals tonight. How difficult is it to defend that kind of balance that they displayed?
Yeah, well, I think the hardest thing really guarding them right now is they're just so, I keep saying it, but they're so elite in transition. And even if you had an experienced team, well, maybe not an experienced team, but even if you had a team that had been practicing together for a while, it's hard to simulate the fast and the quickness of the transition. So what makes it really hard to guard is that a different guy can bring the ball up the floor, right? Most people in transition, their point guard brings it up, or maybe an off guard. But with them, I mean, you got Edwards who plays the wing, and he's bringing it up, and Tiero, whatever, he'll bring it up. So you got so many different guys that are bringing it up and pitching it ahead, and it's hard to guard. I'll be honest, we started the game, we sent 3 guys back tonight, and we still didn't stop them. So they're an elite transition team, and he gets those big guys back. They got a chance to be really good.
I guess just speaking of those big guys, knowing that they weren't going to have, I think it's like 22 feet of combined length out there tonight, did that factor into the game plan at all? And did you feel like there was any chance that you guys had to exploit that on the inside, or just when you're trying to scheme things up?
Yeah, it's not really our team. Casey Iziagu, number 1, he's a great player. He was with me at Sam Houston last year. High character guy. As good of defender as I've coached, protect the rim. He got in foul trouble tonight in the first half that really hurt us. But he's not a guy that, is going to score 20 points a game inside. So I think our game plan would have probably been the same game plan if they would have had the big fellas out there. I thought in the second half I was disappointed in our ball screen coverage. They got downhill way too much, and that's not like a coach team, one of my coach teams. So that was probably my disappointing thing as a coach tonight, is I felt like I didn't do a good enough job of getting these guys to guard ball screens better. And, they really got to the paint. They outscored us by 26 in the paint, which is unacceptable as well.
Okay, last one up here, Ryan.
Hey, Coach, you've already certainly heaped a lot of praise on Kentucky, and I'm sorry I'm asking kind of a hypothetical here, but how much better do you think this team can be when those 3 7-footers you mentioned get back?
No, they can be a team that you guys can be excited about, I think, at the end of the year. I think they're that good. The transition part, you're going to start getting into league play where, people are going to get better in guard and transition and bigger, and that part will, that'll slow down a little bit for sure. But I just think they have a lot of different weapons. Got some guys that can really make shots and get to the basket, and, I think they fit his system and the way he plays with the dribble drive. And to me, I think, defensively will be the biggest key. Again, coming into tonight, I wasn't really sure how good defensively they were. I thought we would get – we had some open looks that we didn't make tonight, and a lot of that is fatigue. But I thought that they contested shots better tonight and pressured the ball better. I thought I thought Dillingham and Wagner both, and even 15, I thought they pressured the ball a little better than what I expected tonight. So I think when it gets down to it at the end of the year, it's going to depend on how good they are defensively. And, if they get those big guys in there that can protect the rim, then I think they got a chance to be great. So, but I think that we're going to be good. I think we need some time. Days of practice, but that's the only way he's going to get in shape and get better. So I think once we get our guys back and they start to buy into our culture and the things that we had established at Sam Houston, we're going to do the same thing at New Mexico State, and we're going to be a team that by the time we get to Conference USA, we're going to be a good team.
Okay, Coach, thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Thank you.